because of their wickedness all outdoors, and the girls mess with the girls because the man don't treat them right. Meaning, how the hell can we reproduce? Once everybody's straight and died off, how would the earth be reproduced?
And not only that, so-called white man, he got the Illuminati.
Yep.
So with the concentration camps, all the other things that they got planned, the terrorist attacks, according to the Georgia Guidestones, he was gonna kill us all anyway.
Exactly. He already planning to take y'all, man. He only want, what, 500 million? He only want 500 million people left on the earth after his New World Order plan. During the process of it and then the aftermath of it. He only want 500 million people left on the earth out of 7 billion? Do the math. But y'all don't want to. Y'all want the so-called white man to do the math for you and lie to you. And tell you that he actually want more than 7 billion on the earth. Because y'all believe everything he say anyway.
Just like you were saying, just to add on to it, that's why the Most High has those days shortened for us. Because like the brother said, if Esau continue to reign, ain't nobody gonna survive. Everybody gonna die off.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, it's already Sunday again. It just seemed like Sunday was 3 or 4 days ago, man. Which shows you that the scriptures is real, man. Y'all niggas out there reading the Quran or the Book of Mormon.
Right, you know what I'm saying? The elders put out the test. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like 2 days later you taking the test.
Exactly. Kind. Yeah, because you can't really be like, okay, I'm going to read this many chapters this day, this many that day. By the time it's time for you supposed to be finished, and you behind, and it's the test day. So it ain't time to lighten up, it's time to tighten up, man. Go ahead.
You had something?
I said
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 6.
You know, matter of fact, get that. Yeah, finish that.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Yeah, your father that fathered you, you came from his seed. When you went off, he corrected you. And you gave him reverence. You respected him. You did what he said do. You were subject unto him with no problem, because he your father. Go ahead.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Shall we not be unto more subjection unto the Father who fathered your father? Who gave your father life? But y'all don't want to reverence the Most High because y'all thinking too carnal. Chipmunks too, them some more false prophets. Ain't forget about them. You gonna sit here and reverence your earthly father? Yeah, you supposed to. That's the commandment of the Lord. Honor your father and your mother. But you also gotta honor the heavenly Father. You have to. Because if your mom tell you to eat this pork, or your dad tell you to smoke that blunt, you ain't supposed to do that because that's against the heavenly Father.
Ephesians 6:1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
Yep, children, obey your parents in the Lord. That's talking about us and obeying our elders, because our elders is also our parents. Hey, the Lord said, children, obey your parents in the Lord. Because if your parents ain't of the Lord and they tell you to be wicked, of course you're not supposed to be wicked. That's another reason why you gotta read the Bible for yourself. You gotta study the Bible for yourself. You can't just go off of what man say. Because man done sought out many wicked inventions, and they'll throw you off, man.
They just show themselves.
Kind of. Rightly dividing the word of truth. So if somebody tell you that this is what it means, and you researching and find out that's not what it means, you did good. You did your homework. Now you won't be led astray.
Jeremiah 23:6. And in his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely.
Yep, because as of now, the house of Judah and the house of Israel is against each other. The northern tribe and the southern tribe. We ain't on one accord right now. Most of our people don't think that the Mexicans, who's the Issacharites in the Bible, they don't think they are people. They just see skin color. Look, we're black. We are people. They Mexicans. All them that look like Mexicans is Mexicans. There ain't no Dominicans. There ain't no Cubans. There ain't no Native Americans. They all the same kind of people or something like that. Yeah, we are the same nation. We are the same people. But we not separate. We're not supposed to be. But that salvation is going to come to the elect of all those tribes.
Anyone that would even believe that even just the Native Americans and the so-called Mexicans are brothers is a dumbass. Because number one, both of them was in this land before anyone came. And when you look at them, same skin tone, hair texture.
You said anyone that think they is brothers?
That they not. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they think that Native Americans is over here and the so-called Mexicans is over here, they was in the same land. They look alike. They got the same features. You know what I'm saying? That's easy.
And they was getting along with no problem.
Right.
Just like when
they had tribes.
Yeah. When the Negroes came over here, when they brought them over here, they was making alliances with the Native Americans, going against the Europeans. That's because it was in their spirit, like, man, we bros, and they knew. Through the spirit, they knew, man.
They was going through slavery too. Exactly. Like down in Colombia, there's a lot of gold in Colombia. And when the Spanish came over, they was putting them in slavery and making them dig for that gold. They still doing it to this day. When you go back to people's history, it was your father and your father's father and your father's father's father. They all was gold miners. Argentina, the land of silver. You know what I'm saying? Who you think was digging for the silver? It wasn't the so-called white man.
He'll never do his own work, man. And that's why when our kingdom come up, we ain't gonna do our work. They gonna build it up. And if they don't build it up, they gonna be put to death, and their kids gonna build it up. Huh? All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 60 and verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Yep, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. So if you a non-Israelite, if you a heathen, whether you a Edomite, a Moabite, an Ammonite, which is the so-called white man, the Japanese or the Chinese, you gonna perish if you don't serve us.
Africans too.
Oh hell yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
They definitely gonna get in. We ain't no damn Africans, man. Get out of that Egyptology stuff.
Kemet.
Yeah, the original name was Kemet. all of that, man. Nigga, it was Ham. That was the name of that land, Ham. The Africans is known as the Hamites in the Bible. Y'all niggas want to be a Hamite, go right ahead, though. Just remember, man, now is the high time to wake out of sleep, because our salvation is nearer than what we believe. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 23:6. And in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. This is the name whereby he shall be called. The Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt.
Yeah, they ain't gonna talk about coming out of Egypt no more. Have a nice story, or like they got the they got the little cartoon movie of Moses. Little cartoon movie of Moses, you know, the Prince of Egypt. They ain't gonna have no movies about that or no stories about that. Go ahead.
But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of what?
Out of the north country.
South country?
Out of the north country.
Out of the north country, out of North America. That's gonna be that new story. The Lord brought the children of Israel. Why didn't it say everybody? The Lord brought the children of Israel out of the north country.
Salvation is for the Jews.
Because salvation's for the Jews, baby. St. John 4:22, man. Salvation is for the Jews. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The elect. Oh, crap.
Smart guy.
Going ham.
Everybody say, well,
To what? Joel chapter 2 verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions.
Yeah, and that pouring out the flesh on pouring out the spirit on all flesh, it's not talking about every single nation or every single person. It's talking about the nation of Israel. Because it tell you in Isaiah that his spirit is be with Israel. That's why you would have, like, you know, as far as being in the truth, my wife, you know, she had dreams. She had one dream where it was like she said it was some floating fruit, and couldn't nobody eat it or touch it but me, you know. Go ahead,
All right, it said all flesh. If it's talking about all flesh, and that means, you know what I'm saying, a dog would, you know what I'm saying, get the spirit.
Exactly.
Does not a dog have flesh?
Dog will be out here
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Wow.
And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke.
Yep, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke. Because, I mean, Esau's ruling right now. It ain't nothing but war and rumors of war. That's why I tell you in Isaiah, when our kingdom come, we're going to beat the swords into plowshares. Matter of fact, we're gonna get to that because